Adriel,
Mm-hmm.
it's a bittersweet moment, man.
You got that right.
How you feeling?
I feel good. This is going to be a wholesome episode. But again, it's the end of an era.
Chris,
Mm-hmm.
how are you feeling?
Surviving. No, I'm feeling good. You know, it's new things are on the way. New things are on the way.
We said last episode that we're trying to be a butterfly, and I can feel the wings on all of our backs. I can feel the wings on the listeners' backs. I can feel the wings on the haters' backs. But for the haters, we'll clip them because we want to rise higher than our haters. Yes. It's the Mayor's Office podcast by eBay.
The horn don't go with that. It's like you're all fighting back fake tears.
Oh,
You
man.
got the horns.
I gotta get in my acting bag for this. You guys already know what it is. We're back. Episode what, Adriel?
Episode 80.
Monumentous episode for the Mayor's Office podcast. We're gonna get into why in just a second. But let's tell you who you're listening to. Coming up first is me, Ralph, aka the Mayor, aka the last Mayor Bender, aka Finish Line. For this race, we have other races on the way. Okay? All right, guys. Hopefully this other gentleman to my left, he's a little more cheery than me today, but I always know him as Happy Feet. He's always a happy guy. First person I ever seen dance in my life. And when he danced with such joy. Adriel Smiley, you want to talk to them for the last time?
Man, that was quite the intro. This is probably the quietest we've ever been on an intro. The most solemn we've sounded on an intro. But I'm happy to be here, man. Again, this is a wholesome episode. A lot of love in this episode. So for everyone joining us, drop your comments. Let us know how you feel. If we talk about a topic that you have something to say about, this is the episode of all episodes to let us know how you feel.
Appreciate that. Do you remember the first time you danced?
Oh, no. But I'm sure I was how small as someone could be in dance.
But the feet were feet working.
Footwork, for sure.
I like that. We all know that this brother here, he can dance. He's multi-talented. He can dance. He can sing. He can rap. Seen him do a backflip once. Chris, you want to talk to him?
Yeah, I know about those backflips, but your boy can cut a rug, especially if we're at a wedding. I'm usually on the dance floor, but yeah, it's your boy Chris Stacks Edwards. End of the era, but the beginning of something new, something fresh, something exciting.
Beginning of something new, something fresh, something exciting. I love that, Chris. Listeners, episode 80 is the last episode of this iteration of the pod. Okay? We're going to be making a transition very, very soon. Adriel, are you excited about the transition that we're going to be making? Do you want to tell the people what it is we'll be transitioning to?
I think we can hold off on that. We're going to have a special video for them explaining all of that. They just got to know, subscribe, follow us. I would say new content coming and technically more content coming. So just stay tuned. We will explain everything shortly. This is the announcement to the announcement to the announcement to the explanation. But stay tuned.
Adriel's right. I'm a little impatient, okay? I just want to get to the next thing. But it's all good, all right? Let's stick with how we rock. I want to wish everybody a good day.
Everybody.
Not everybody. The people I don't want to wish a good day are the people that use their Bluetooth speakers in public. I think we've all seen this.
How are you defining in public, though? Because there's a time and a place. Like if someone's riding their bike and they use the speakers, are you for that or against that?
No, get some headphones.
If they're playing a sport outside and they're using Bluetooth speakers.
You can use your Bluetooth speakers.
Okay.
If you're on the TTC, do not use your Bluetooth speakers. If you're just walking aimlessly in the mall, do not use your Bluetooth speakers.
If there are 4 walls in the ceiling, do not use your Bluetooth speakers.
You know what I'm saying? If you're at a hospital, do not use your Bluetooth speakers. I'm not a fan of it. There's headphones for a reason. You got the corded ones. You got the over-your-ear ones. You got AirPods. You got plenty of options. I do not want to listen to your latest Fetty Wap mix in 2025. I'm sorry.
Fetty Wap.
It's usually Fetty Wap that pops on when the niggas are playing on the Bluetooth speakers in public.
Usually Fetty Wap.
It's usually Fetty Wap. Shout out to Fetty Wap, though.
Well, I guess Fetty Wap has cornered the market of those people. So shout out to Fetty Wap.
I don't know who you're attracting, Fetty Wap, but in big 2025, you're still getting played.
Yep, streams never ended. I want to dedicate this episode to some people who wore the number 80. We haven't done that in a while, but this is, again, the end of an era. Mostly because we have an all-time great here. Jerry Rice wore number 80.
Ooh.
All-time leader in receptions, receiving yards, and touchdown catches. If that's not legendary, then I don't know what is.
It's one of the GOATs.
And then we have a Leaf great. If you know, you know. Nick Antropov, one of my favorite Leafs from one of the last Leaf teams that I loved. So obviously exactly the same level. Jerry Rice, Nick Antropov, both legends in their own right.
Do you agree, Chris?
I don't know if I fully agree. You know, I like Nick, but, you know, I don't know if I'm putting on
Legend
Jerry
in our
Rice.
hearts.
Legend in our hearts, but maybe not Jerry Rice level.
Yes. A little bit different.
There
A
you
little
go.
bit different. A little bit different.
Is that it for 80? Just those two?
Those are the big names. 80 is not really a big sports number.
That's true. I thought you would have threw an NBA player in there, but I can't think of any.
No.
You're right. Yeah.
No one's wearing 80 in the NBA at that time. Guys, ready to go back in time?
Yeah, let's do it. Oh shit, this is our last time in the time machine. Bomba class. Let's do it. Rev it up. Shit. Oh man.
This is gonna be a very interesting time in the time machine because 1980. We're getting close to the present. Okay, this is the point in time when people used to say 20 years ago, and you would think 1980. Not the case anymore. That's 45 years ago. 1980. Older than all of us. Let's start at the top of the year. This is something that has happened again since. That's why I put this in here. January 7th, U.S. President Jimmy Carter authorizes legislation to bail out the Chrysler Corporation with a $1.5 billion loan. So when you see these bailouts happening, it's not new. It's something that's been happening for a very, very long time.
I wonder what 1.5 billion is now. Like, you know, people do that conversion.
Inflation, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's a lot. I'm sure it's a lot. This one was interesting. Paul McCartney arrested at Tokyo International Airport for possession of, you guys want to guess?
Marijuana.
Chris, you want to guess?
Cocaine.
Marijuana is correct.
Wow.
Yes.
I had to go light on the scale.
Yeah.
I was going to go to heroin, but I'm like, nah, I can't disrespect him.
Sent to jail for 9 days before being deported. So if you guys are questioning, you know, how tough Paul McCartney is.
And this was in Tokyo?
Yep, he did his time.
Nice.
Okay, 9 days. John Wayne Gacy goes on trial for the murder of 33 young men in
Not
Illinois.
nice. Not nice.
Yeah, this is a crazy, crazy story. Of course, everyone is familiar with him, but later he would be convicted of sexual assault and murder of at least 33 teenage boys and young men, killed between 1972 and 78. Yeah, thumbs down for him. They would call him the killer clown because of his habit of dressing up as a clown at charity events. That to think of a clown as a serial killer in his spare time is absolutely insane.
If we took this time machine back a couple of years, we can get rid of him. What do you guys say? Chris, rev it up one more time. All right, we're back. I just killed John Wayne Gacy.
Thank you for your service.
I appreciate you.
Thank you for your service. He was given the death penalty and executed in 1994 after 14 years on death row.
Oh, that's your birth year.
That's correct. It's a very important year in human history. This I have in here just because this, I guess, time in history was very important musically. This is the Yacht Rock era. Album and song of the year, both coming from Yacht Rock. Kenny Loggins for What a Fool Believes. So big shout out to all the Yacht Rock fans out there. But I want to go with some trivia for Chris for our next one. You can answer as well. This is a very easy trivia question, so you can answer at home as well. No pressure. I know I said easy 3 times in 2 sentences, but no pressure at all. The youngest player in NHL history to reach 50 goals in a season. They were 19 years and 2 months of age in 1980, if that helps.
Oh, 1980? Wayne Gretzky?
That is correct in
Wow.
All right.
his first NHL season. So, yeah, he didn't need any time. He was absolutely good right away. And then on the other end, Gordie Howe played his 26th NHL season.
Gordie Howe.
Yeah. Is there anyone in the NBA you think could get to 26 seasons? I think LeBron's at 23 right now.
Yeah. KD, for sure.
KD gets 26, you think?
I think so, yeah. If
Curry.
Steph wanted to, if he wanted to, he could.
I think Steph could. Steph is, to me, the person who I could see playing longer if he wanted to. That's a key part of it. Because I think that because of his situation with Steve Kerr, he doesn't want to play longer. They're kind of tied together like Jordan and Phil Jackson.
Yeah.
But last year in the playoffs, I remember Steph being the most in shape player on the court, playing against a young team.
Yeah.
He was outrunning Amen Thompson. So I think Steph could play definitely till he's 26. We have a Canadian legend coming up next. I hate that they put this in here, but I'm going to read what it says. Canadian one-legged distance runner Terry Fox.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, I don't like that adjective there. Correct, but I don't like it. Begins his marathon of hope, his attempt across the country. He starts at St. John's, Newfoundland. As you guys know, he didn't make it all the way across. Passed away in September, but big shout out to Terry Fox.
One of the great whites. Well, he's in my top 5 whites, actually.
I think he's one of the greatest Canadians, honestly.
He's up there for sure.
When they do that like vote of great Canadians, I think he doesn't get enough love.
Definitely.
Obviously, you put the musicians and the athletes up there, but what he was trying to do would be difficult with 2 legs. And when you see the kind of pain he dealt with, absolute legend.
I want this to be known. I would love this Sankofa Square thing to end.
Yes.
And I'd love for them to call it Terry Fox Square. I'm putting that on wax. So hopefully that happens.
Okay, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all. I can't believe this is when this thing started, but the David Letterman show debuted 1980.
I thought it was earlier than that.
So did I.
Yeah,
so did I. So I was surprised by that. And then more Canadian facts. July 1st, 1980, "O Canada" officially becomes the national anthem. So it feels like it would have been earlier than that as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, 1980 officially.
What anthems do you guys like more than "O Canada"?
None of them.
Really?
Yeah, "O Canada."
Chris?
"O Canada" is the best anthem ever.
I think it's up there. Chris, what about you?
I mean, "O Canada" is the best anthem ever. Like, I
think
can
it's
never
up there.
say there's another anthem that I like more than that.
Okay.
Only anthem I recognize.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the Jamaican national anthem too.
Yes,
that's pretty good.
that's a
But I
good
think
one.
"O Canada" is actually the best national anthem in my opinion.
The other anthem that I would put in this category that is probably not the same style as those ones is "Waka Flocka, Oh Let's Do It." Like that. If we're talking anthems,
Yeah, true.
you know, that's
Dipset.
Yeah.
You gotta throw that
International
diplomats.
players.
Yeah.
Some anthems. Not some anthems.
yeah, there's some anthems out there. And then last but not least, can we get the black fact? This is a big black fact here.
Man.
Shit.
So this is the last black fact.
Yep, and it involves a Jamaican. Okay, put your guns up at home. Reggae singer Bob Marley collapses while jogging in New York City Central Park. Medical exams find that he has cancer that has spread to his brain, lungs, and liver.
I was gonna ask Chris to do the sound effect, but after hearing that,
I pulled my hand away.
yeah, good job, Chris. Good intuition.
So that's 1980. This is the last time we're doing this, going back
Wow.
in time. I feel like we're going to miss out on some of the great things that happened after 1980. So maybe we'll find a way to
We'll
do
have
this
more
again.
content. Yeah. We'll
But
do it again.
yeah, all these things feel like they're not that long ago, but these are all 45 years ago. So to think of how old all these figures are, or all these figures would be,
Yeah.
is pretty crazy.
There's
So
people born in 1980 that have Instagram. We're talking about it. So you guys are still kicking, doing your thing, and running our world into either ruin or success.
yeah, let's go back to the present, please and thank you.
Oh, fuck. I left a little John Wayne Gacy on my shoe. All right.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is an exciting last episode of the podcast. We're going to be going through just our favorite moments, the steps it took to get here.
Yeah.
We're going to kind of do a trip down memory lane, our favorite takes, our favorite stories we've told on the show, our favorite guests as well. So again, in the comments, you can comment on Spotify now, you can comment on YouTube. Let us know, is there anything that we're missing? If you're aware of the story of us getting here and we missed something, say it in the comments. If there's a moment that we don't bring up that you guys loved, put in the comments as well. But I think we got to start with the radio show. Is that the good place to start?
Yeah. I would be happy to do so, honestly. We had some time slots at York University. I was going to York. Adriel was at Seneca at York, and I wanted to like look into starting up a radio show. I didn't know shit about radio. Adriel was the expert. He had the personality, the swag. Well, he still does. I'm not gonna say he had. It's not the past. Look at him.
Very nice of you.
Yeah, so we decided to do a radio show. Well, we probably did maybe like 10 episodes, and then school kind of got in the way a little bit. And I think that was kind of...
Well, that's not technically what happened because someone stole the equipment.
Oh, yeah, someone stole the equipment.
Yeah. It was on Glendon campus.
It was, yeah.
And someone ran up in there and just
took everything. They gave us an email or something.
Yeah.
I remember. They had us in like this underground basement like setup. It was weird, but it was cool though. Like I had a good time.
Yeah.
It was interesting to get there. That was like our first interaction outside of like being students together.
Yeah.
And then also like maybe playing some pickup basketball together. Like that was our first like
and just hanging out at York. I think like that was first time doing like a project together. But I thought the show was I think we called it The Truth.
It was something.
Something like that.
Damn, I gotta go back in my old archives.
I wonder if we have any episodes
that are just up somewhere?
Like full episodes.
Yeah, I gotta check that out.
Because I stumbled across the SoundCloud like a few years back because it was tied to my email. So you just put your email in and it signs in for you.
Yeah.
I came up and I said,
oh no, we gotta find this for everybody. That's crazy. Just like you found the VJ search.
Oh yeah, that's the first episode, really. Like
facts.
Oh my goodness,
that was good times though. Like just getting that started, it kind of got my feet wet because I'm as opposed to Adriel, I don't really like study and do journalism. Like I study, like I went to school, but I don't really study and do journalism and things like that. So like kind of seeing how you handle things, it opened my eyes to this side of the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was dope.
Yeah, those were good times. I would say that's a good entry even for my radio show now. Just because I had always done things like with someone. Like I had a YouTube channel with Myron at one time. So I think I always thinking like it has to be two people.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to do my radio show by myself because of that thought process. So that kind of helped me being like, you know what? Like I can do both. Like I don't have to, So it was big for growth for me as well. And
then from there, from the radio show, we took a sabbatical.
Yeah.
We were still friends.
Yeah.
Right? Well, some years passed by. Adriel's doing his thing. I'm doing my thing. I got an epiphany. Said, all these niggas are doing podcasts. Why can't we do a podcast? So I seen Adriel doing his thing on Instagram, and we stay connected, like his IG and whatever. But I'm like, yo, I haven't really like kicked it with Adriel in a minute. So I DM'd him. Adriel's a busy guy. He's chilling with celebrities. He's interviewing all these people. I'm like, maybe he's not gonna read my DM.
Screaming.
Boy, was I wrong. He read that shit immediately. I said, yo, can we talk? I got an idea. He said, an idea? I always got time for an idea. So we set up a phone call.
Yep.
Got on the phone. I remember I was in my lobby at my current condo. Crazy.
I remember where I was too. I was in my room.
Yeah, so I called Adriel. I said, yo, my boy just opened up a studio. Why don't we just go do a podcast over there? We can set it up like this and set it up like that. Shout outs to the studio, man. Shout outs to Kyle. Big ups to them. They really kind of, I know we made our transitions and everything, but big shout outs to Kyle, Crispy, everybody over there. They helped us kind of get our feet wet a little bit. If you guys go back and look at early episodes of the pod, we were looking rough, but it was just learning experiences. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was an interesting time because I think the one thing I remember that you were very serious. There was not a time when we started where I was like, oh, he's not serious about this. I remember that, and I remember like figuring out the format for the show. That was very like in flux. Like it was almost like we were figuring it out as we would record. Like we record episode 1 and then be like,
we like this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there was a lot of that. And then one of my favorite memories from that time, I'm not gonna say the one that I, did what I did. We know what that is.
Let's tell him. Fuck it.
But before we get to that,
I will tell him.
Is when we recorded some promos. kind of like that side studio.
Yes.
And I remember like you were doing like a couple takes, and I just came in and said whatever I said.
Yeah.
And you were like, "Yo, what the hell is this, man? This guy did it
This
in one
nigga
take."
was smooth, man. We're recording promos and I'm chopping it up. I'm like fucking it up. I'm getting it in my head and shit. Adriel just walks in after like sweet girl Salve. And then he's just like, yeah, my name's Adriel Smiley. Stay tuned. And in the back of my head, I'm like, yo, fuck this nigga, man.
You know what? He's not like, it really was like that. I remember that. Like you did like 4 or 5 takes.
Everybody was bigging you up in the room too.
Yo, I don't remember that part, but I remember I did 1 take and just left. Like,
no, because you were in the room and I was out there with everybody else.
Yeah.
And then when you finished, because it was soundproof, you're like, damn, that nigga's good. In the back of my head, I'm like, I'm good too. But I always have to show you love for that. You killed that shit.
I remember that as being so funny. Like I never even felt in a way about like how, but it was just so funny because it was like almost like a movie. Like it's like you were playing it up to set me up to succeed in a way, you know. But I remember I came in and I was just like, "Wait, just why you know what it is?" And then you know, we went from there.
100%. And then I always envisioned us to have 3 people on the pod, right?
Yes.
So at the time, at the original studio that we went to, there was a 3rd person. We'll just call him Jason. So then Jason, there was at times we loved Jason, a lot of energy, but potting was probably new to Jason. So he was talking a lot.
Yeah.
And he was over talking a little bit. And I probably should have just brought this up to him at the time, but you live and you learn as mature adults. So I texted Adriel. We had like a dead space. It was a break. So I texted Adriel. I said, Adriel, Jason's talking too much. So then Adriel's not looking at his phone. So we're all chilling and doing our thing before the break's done, before we start recording again. So I try to nudge Adriel like, yo, check your phone. So Adriel checks his phone in his mic that's out loud, like the audio's out, and he says, Jason's talking too much.
Jesus. Bro.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. And the thing is, I read it out loud. It doesn't read it out loud in the first place. And I read it into the mic. And this is like, we're in a smaller studio now. This is a bigger studio.
Those bare people in there.
There's like 10 plus people just like hanging around, smoking, chilling. And everything we see on the mics goes to the loudspeakers.
Yo.
So it's just me being like, yo, Jason won't shut the hell up.
And I looked at Adriel, I was like, yo. But Jason was playing it cool, but I know he heard.
Oh,
I know he heard.
Goodness.
I know he heard. Poor Jason. But shout outs to Jason.
Shout out to the whole crew, man.
100%.
Yeah,
so,
I love them over there, man. They helped us start this thing.
Yeah, for sure. And that showed our commitment because it was a distance to get there.
And it was and to be fair, let's move into our second studio now. We were kind of helping with the setup at that time. And we were kind of unfamiliar with what they had, even how we wanted it to be set up. We wanted something different. We kind of liked the energy of having it in that larger room. So then when we got to our second studio, and Lynx, shout out to Lynx.
Yeah, shout out to Lynx Studio.
Anyone in the music community, you guys know about Lynx. But not built for podcasts.
Definitely not built for podcasts.
So we were, again, setting up our own stuff at Lynx.
We probably did like 5-6 episodes there.
I want to say not even that much, maybe, but we knew pretty quickly. Like I would say, the first couple episodes we were like, maybe we'll get better, but like
it was too much.
Pretty quickly we were like, we're taking so much time to set up. We're worried about the cameras.
I had to get up and touch the camera because the camera would like deactivate. It would lock off.
Yeah, it was a lot, and too, like I think we just knew this is almost too much work for the podcast itself. Yeah.
We figured it should be a simpler process. It shouldn't take 10 steps to make a sandwich.
Yes, exactly. So
unless you're my ex.
We're not going to name names. But...
That was a good one. That was a good one.
But we had some, I guess, key moments. There was one. That's when Witness showed up.
Shout outs to Witness, yeah.
And she was kind of the voice of the pod initially.
Yes, she did the intro. The intro was dope, yeah.
I just remember that I was making every tall joke in the book.
Yeah, Witness was pretty tall.
I felt so bad. She was being a good sport and laughing at them, but every joke you could make about a woman being tall, I made in that studio. And then you did some like other sessions that not were part of the podcast, but were more part of like the Mere Media brand.
Oh, yeah, I was doing a couple of interviews over there just to be there, you know? Yeah, and that also took a hell of a lot of work. Yeah. So I wasn't too happy. And then And then a text came in from Adriel. He sent me the contact information. He sent me the Instagram of this guy. I'm like, who's this guy? He said, this guy, his name's Chris. I was on the phone with him. Seems like a decent guy. Do you want to explain your first conversation with Chris?
I don't remember our first conversation, but I know that I found the studio because I was looking for a studio for the Cool Table. We had been doing Zoom interviews and I don't remember I think Dominique was our first in-person interview, but it was some time when I had gotten like so many interview requests that I was like, okay, let's go back in person again.
Yeah.
And I was doing something similar to what we were doing at Lynx at the radio station. And I wasn't as tapped in the radio station anymore, so I didn't know who was there to help me. So I was kind of like, okay, I'm on my own here. Let's figure something out. And
streamline it a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, and also I wanted to have a different look than the other shows at the station. So I said, how do I separate myself from those shows at the station? Let's do it offsite. So I found Chris. I think I had maybe done an episode before I showed you him. And then I remember I told Damar about album mode, we can do it there. And I told you. And I remember this the first shoot that I did with Chris. I could tell he was knowledgeable. It was very smooth. I didn't have to like worry about anything. And I was like, this is what we're looking for. Like, he seems like a cool guy that we can like kind of work together more than he's just gonna be like, sit here. You know? So that's what I remember of Chris being cool of like, okay, we can actually work with him. Then he's working for us.
I was skeptical at first. I'm like, yo, Adriel's bigging this guy up. This guy must be the greatest guy on the planet.
And he was.
And he ended up being one of the greatest guys on the planet.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yeah. He's over Terry Fox in my top 5 whites.
Yeah. No,
let's go.
Definitely up there.
Wait, who's number 1?
It's you, brother.
All right, tight. Just checking.
Terry Fox number 2. Chris, what was that experience for you? Just meeting us and like deciding to kind of work with us a little bit, even before you got on the pod itself, like as an extra mic. Like, how was that for you? Money?
That's a joke.
That's a good one. That was a good one.
Yeah, it was good. I think, Adriel hit me up to do that, that Cool Table episode.
Mm-hmm.
Pulled up. I was new. I think I was reasonably new in Toronto. I just moved from Whitby.
Yeah.
Where I set up my first studio in the back of Vintage 905. Shout out Vintage 905. Moved to Toronto, and then Adriel hit me up. I don't know if we were on the phone. I don't know if we hopped on the phone or just emailed.
No, I think we just emailed.
Email correspondence, and then pulled up. Did your shoot? It was smooth. Because I think you brought another videographer and shot like an intro video and stuff of the walk up and stuff. And I was like, all right, this is cool. Like, I'm just thinking at the time, entrepreneur, just trying to keep it, just like, do good business, do good work, and I was very like, want to make sure like everything's good and people are comfortable. They like what they're getting out of it. And then I guess you connected me with Ralph, and then Ralph hit me up and was like, hey, my boy Adriel, like, did a podcast there. Like, what's the details? Boom, boom, boom. Chatted about it. And then, then you pulled in. Yeah,
I think we did like 2 episodes and Chris wasn't like a voice on it.
Maybe a couple more than 2.
More than 2.
There's a few more than 2.
Yeah.
Because Chris wasn't really a big voice till we got here, I don't think.
No, he did a few episodes at the first studio.
Oh, we did?
We started.
Yeah, we started at the other studio.
But I think it was towards the end of that run is what I'm saying. No, does that make any sense?
I think it was in the teens that I came
it was fairly early.
No, it's true. It was earlier. It was earlier. Because what I do remember about the first shoot that I had with you before I told you is I was like, I want to see what it's like before I tell you and Damar.
That's fair.
And I was like, I don't want to big it up and then...
You're a good friend.
Yeah.
And I kind of took a chance by having the videographer come and we shot that intro because I was like, what if this place is trash and I have the whole intro shot here and then, we got to shoot the intro. So I really was taking a chance being like, okay, he seems cool. Like, it seems, up to date. And I think what I remember was that my guest was very comfortable. So it's like he didn't obstruct the show itself. It's like my guest was able to like be cool and be chill and they enjoyed themselves. So that was kind of my, seeing, okay, we can do this. I can call Ralph because like if the guest can just be chill and just not have to worry about anything because they do production as well. I'm like, okay, then me and Ralph are going to have that same kind of experience where we can just pod and don't have to worry. So, excuse me, that was a big thing in bringing it to Chris. But I would say, and we said this before on the pod, but coming to Chris took the pod to another level.
For sure.
Like I would say, like this is like the pod's like golden era.
What
is bringing it to Chris? Like
Nice.
immediately.
It really felt like all the planning and shit was coming together at that point.
Mhm.
Like whatever we were envisioning years prior, we're like, okay, now with Chris, we can really like lock in, and this is what it could look like. So yeah, that first studio, shout out to the first studio, man. We really put in some time in there.
Mhm.
Glad that we got into this space though.
Yeah, no AC at the old spot. That was a little rough.
Oh, I forgot.
That was tough,
I had some
We had some hot episodes.
dirty
yeah.
bathrooms.
Yeah, the bathrooms were nasty.
Yo.
Not because of Chris.
No,
not because of
It's
Chris.
shared amenities with a couple other establishments. That
Yeah,
were
that was
disgusting.
rough.
The
but
construction.
Construction next door. Yeah.
So 2 things. One, Chris's studio was probably up the street from an ex I had at the time, and
Pretty bad
So you
vibes.
hated the area.
so
Yeah.
no, but the first couple times I was like, if I run into this girl, like I was just so paranoid. After a while, I was like, whatever, like it's fine. But the funny thing was that bathroom we talk about, the infamous bathroom that was absolutely disgusting, is whenever I had a guest and they would be like, washroom. And me and Chris would look over each other before anyone answered. It was so funny every time. Like before anyone would actually answer me, Chris would be like, and then Chris would say, use the women's one.
Yeah.
So I thought that was funny. It's like, we're like, don't go in there.
No.
So how'd you feel about like that studio and then your thought process to kind of make that transition to this one?
Yeah, it was cool. We were just like outgrowing it. Realistically, the lease was up and winding down, and like the rent was good, but I didn't like that. I didn't like the AC issue. I don't think anyone knew this but me, but we actually would pick up a lot of weird frequencies on the mics and stuff, and I would have to process the mics. Yeah, this I'm gonna say some inside stuff that I wouldn't have said before.
Ooh, some insider trading.
Little inside stuff, but so we would do that, but there was always picking up like a little bit of a hum and a buzz in the background that I have to clean up from something. I couldn't figure it out. I've rearranged the room. I've bought different like filters for the mics. I bought like AC conditioner to like try to help the electrical current coming in there because I don't think it was grounded properly.
You know what I think it was?
Well,
You were next to a psychic.
that too.
It might have been a ghost.
It could have been a ghost.
Very likely.
But yeah, no, the room kind of ran its course. And then as a business side, I'm like, all right, I need to make it more professional. Started to pick up a few more corporate clients and like it was smooth. And the one thing I kind of picked up on was like most people were like, honestly, I'm not even trying to be like, oh, like everyone liked it. But like for the most part, got pretty solid feedback. Other than like things like, oh, can we do this, like creative things. The feedback was always solid. I was like, all right, so I think I know what I'm doing. And then, coming here was just like, needed an upgraded spot, something a little better, just better for the clients, better space to work. And it was so tough trying to move shit around in there because it was like super small. And then we had that small room in there and it was always so hot. And it was rough. So I needed a place with proper AC, more professional, do a couple more things in the space and kind of outgrew the spot and took a chance and spent a lot more money getting here. But it's the new spot's nice. I guess it's not new anymore. It's 2 years old now. 2 years old.
2 fucking
Wow.
years.
2 years.
That's
So
crazy.
we've been doing this for like 3 years because
Yeah.
3 years we've been doing this, the three of us.
Yeah, because we started this pod October 2021. You came in this studio 2023.
Yeah, the very end.
Wow, that's wild. And it's only 2026 just now.
That's wild.
Before we talk about getting into our live shows, because those have been huge for us, I want to talk about some of the guests we've had on the pod. Because I think that has been a big part of the pod actually growing, is bringing on more guests. And I would say behind the scenes, we probably haven't brought on as much guests as we would have liked. I think we're just building our own rhythm, in a sense. But I think we got to like episode 50 or so before we brought guests on. Like we had like a goal in mind of get to a certain amount of episodes with just us before we bring on a guest.
Yeah.
I don't remember what number it was now. I want to say 50,
I have
maybe
to look
30,
back. It was
30, something like that.
Yeah, because the first kind of dabble in that. I think you were sick or you weren't available, and we had Witness pull up with 47.
Yeah.
So that was kind of dope. And then we had another episode. It was 47 and one of my other friends, Gilly. But I don't really consider that guests for
Like
our
guest
iteration.
hosts, yeah.
Our first guest was Huss.
Yep. Big
So
shout out to Huss.
Big shout outs to Huss. And we started that off with a bang. Like he was an amazing guest and really got me interested in getting more guests like on the show and stuff. So big shout outs to Huss. He's came on the pod twice now
Yeah.
and attended one of our shows. So like shout outs to him for sure.
Yeah, and I think the guests that we have had, they're almost become family. Like that's just, I know a lot of shows must say that, but Pam, obviously my favorite guest
big
of all
shout outs to
time.
Pam for sure.
Claremont, Afros.
Yes. Selena,
yeah,
Bergs, Claudie.
yeah, the blind date. That was something.
The blind date. Shout outs to Alicia for sure. That was a vibe. Yeah, we'll
Ranger.
Ranger, yeah, big ups to Ranger. That was a great,
big ups
good
to
poll,
Ranger.
good poll.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we had some good guests, and I think too, we always try to do something a little different.
Mm-hmm.
So I think sometimes having just having the guest is as enticing to us, even though we've done that with like Claremont and Afros, where it's just more like talking about their music and their careers.
Episode 20 was our first guest,
and that was us.
And it was us. That was at the old studio.
Feels like a long time ago. That's the old studio.
Yes.
Yeah. So just shout out to all the guests that we've had in any iteration of the podcast. Like just, it's always been love having guests on. And again, like we're not a guest driven podcast. So it is like a different episode for us as creators. But all our guests have been like family. Claudia, you said, excuse me, am I forgetting anybody? I don't want to not shout out anybody. Guests that we've had.
I think you got everybody. Yeah.
Dario.
Dario, shout outs to Dario. Yeah. He was a cool guest for sure.
Your boy Smarties.
Smarties, yeah.
Wow,
Shout outs to
that's a
Smarties.
throwback.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Smarties
yeah.
was on the pod. That was a great episode. That's actually, he was on the episode with my story that was one of my favorites.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll get into that in a little bit.
Yes. And then we got into the live shows.
Actually, before that, we got to big up Omari.
Yes,
He was a big part of the podcast for a few episodes.
He was a fourth mic for a while.
Yeah, for sure. So big shout outs to Omari for sure.
Yeah, he was a part of the podcast. I think, was it here or at both locations?
I think he did a couple episodes at the old location, and then he did a few episodes here too. So yeah shout outs.
Honestly, and shout out to this new location because Chris gets a good reaction every time someone comes in here.
Yes.
And the first location that didn't happen as much. But here,
that's true.
No, it's like we're used to it. It's not that different to us in a sense.
Yeah.
But here, and Chris can attest to it. Like whenever a guest comes in, they go, "Ooh!" So that's kind of what you want to see. The live shows. I don't remember when we started talking about live shows. I know I brought that up to you guys like pretty early because I thought we could do a good job at the live show, like just our energy and how we are. Like, I always felt like a live show would be good for us.
I think you were talking about it initially, maybe 8 to 10 months before we decided to do it. For me, I'm very big on like trying to envision what it would look like.
Yeah.
I think you had your 30th birthday, I want to say, or 29th birthday
30th,
at Society. Yeah, so you had it at Society Clubhouse. So I pulled up to that, like the good friend that I am. And I saw the venue, and then I started to envision it. And I'm like, okay, yeah, we could probably do a show here.
Yes,
and we ended up doing our first one there, 2025, which was 2024. I apologize, living in the future.
Yeah, literally.
2024. We did our first show there. I think it was late summer. I believe it was the first show. Yeah.
That was one of my favorite moments from the pod. Just seeing all the work come together. It was definitely stressful.
Mad stressful.
In terms of like who's gonna show up,
tickets,
the food, like
tickets.
It definitely was stress, but phenomenal turnout. We basically didn't have enough chairs.
Amazing turnout. Yeah.
I remember I played that game, or if you were at the live show, you know the game I'm talking about. I was concerned at how it would go. It went better than I could have expected. So the live shows are definitely a highlight for me. We can talk about all the live shows here at once because now we have a new venue for the live shows.
Yeah.
And they've been great to us so far.
The last show we did was beautiful. Like the aesthetic was really nice. We're definitely going to be back at Burdock. We just, for everybody to know, we have about 4 dates that are going to be planned for 2026. So you guys look out for that.
Yeah. Stay tuned for those dates. We'll kind of let you know when we have those confirmed. But I would say the live show is kind of the evolution of this podcast. If I'm looking at this podcast in stages, there's the first studio, then there's the second studio, then there's connecting with Chris and Chris being on the pod. I think even Chris as a mic really helps the pod kind of like, feel like a little more full. And then the live show is really like where we've taken it, I guess to the next level. Yeah,
and we're slowly getting to the point where I feel like we're mastering it, which is dope. And our guests are having a good time. So definitely, if you guys haven't been to a live show, be sure to get a ticket for it. We love doing them, and we're going to keep doing them.
Yeah.
Chris, do you have a favorite moment from any of the live shows?
Favorite moment. Honestly, I really like the last one because I felt like the format we did in the last one was my favorite format. I don't know if it's the best, but I felt like it was like it kind of added more. Like the first show was like less podcasty.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But like more of like a night out event. We were still talking, doing our thing. Kind of, we each kind of had a story, and then we had different parts. But the last show, like even when we were just pulling topics from the guests and we had the bucket of topics, and we would just riff on them for a bit. I really liked that. Favorite moment specifically, man, I don't know. The whole last episode, the last live show.
I have a moment, but I'm gonna save it for later. I got a list of things. I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save my moment for later.
I need to know.
Ralph, you got a favorite moment from any of the live shows?
From any of the live shows, probably when Huss was giving out the honey packs.
Oh,
Yeah,
that was
that was
a
good.
moment. That was
Yeah.
a movie.
I
That's a
think
good
that was
Oprah
dope.
moment.
Yeah, I think that was super dope, and it was just impromptu. I love those impromptu moments because I'm a very like you guys notice this. I do my Christmas parties and all this shit. I like plan like every moment,
Yeah.
and when things don't go in order, I get mad. But that shit just happened, and I'm like, oh, this is lit, yo. Give out the honey packs.
It was
Yeah.
a zoovie.
Yeah.
It was a zoobie.
You get a honey pack. You get a honey pack.
So I'll say that one for sure.
You guys got any favorite takes from the past, I don't know, 50 or so episodes? 80? You can go all 80, but like the past like 50 or 60 is really the kind of the bread and butter of us hitting our stride.
I like all of Chris's cowboy takes because I'm gonna be real, man. Like the Cowboys haven't been that great, but just to see his passion, his happiness to see the Cowboys and talk about the Cowboys is dope. Four Nations when Chris came with the
Yes.
with the Canadian flag on his back, I think that was a dope moment for me to see for sure.
I think one of my favorite, I don't want to say takes, 'cause I don't really take, but when we had the whole Soka conversation with Selena,
Oh, that was dope.
that was fun.
Yeah.
That was fun. She educated us, honestly.
She did.
Yeah.
She tried to break up my marriage as well, but definitely educated us on some things about Soka.
I seen her in the summer at a party, and she's like, "Did your friend even come to a fete yet?" And I'm like, "No, ma'am, no, ma'am, he did not."
Hit her with the ma'am.
Yeah, like after that,
Yeah, but shout outs to Selena. We'll definitely work with you in the future.
yeah, that was a fun one. I feel like we've had some pretty good takes, but I want us to talk about your favorite story because I want to get to my list. My list will cover a lot of this.
Oh,
You got one? Go ahead.
the one story that I always thought was funny that I think about is the when we were talking about how good Ghost is a dad from Power.
Oh.
And you and Amari were like going
Yeah,
back
me
and
and
forth
Amari
for
going
like
back and forth.
20 minutes, and me and Adriel
Yeah.
just sitting there like throwing the odd thing in, but two opposite sides.
Yeah. It
of
was a
the,
heated conversation.
Yeah.
It's also so funny because it's like, look where you're at defending Ghost. Like look where we've gotten. Like
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, no, that was a good conversation. Maybe it was a strong conversation, but it was a good combo. I'll probably say when Smarties was here and I said that story about how one of my friends dirty macked me.
oh yeah,
And he called me a nice little guy.
nice little guy
Because he
yeah.
wanted to talk to the girl that I was currently talking to.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that was a good one.
That nigga's nasty for that.
Yeah, you still got to point. You told me who it is, but you got to remind me when we see them.
Yes.
like when we
yes,
see you,
yes,
gotta.
yes. I'll let you know. I'll point it out. Be like, yo, it's that motherfucker.
Okay, so I got some things that I made a list of. All right,
All right.
that are my favorite things, like a M.O.P look back. Okay, so in the
Okay.
comments, if you love any of these moments, let us know. Drop a thumbs up in the comments if you like any of these. Okay, first is my favorite live show moment. The first live show, a lot of love in that room, and Ralph almost got emotional.
Mm,
The first live show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because the last live show, I definitely got
The
emotional.
last live show,
I definitely got emotional.
It was almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. Last live show was you actually got emotional.
definitely-
You almost cried on stage.
100%.
But the first one, it was like emotional, but you were more like elated.
Yes.
You got like a little bit of energy.
Yeah.
You know?
Facts.
So that was a good moment. This is an episode that I completely missed, and I'm upset that I missed it. Maybe we can run it back. Little Miss Brit episode.
Oh, shout out to Brit. Yeah, we got to get her back in the studio.
Yeah. That was a good one just because I know Brit as well. I know you know Brit. Obviously a big episode for you. But I feel like that was one of those where it was like, okay, we're like in this having guests thing.
Yeah.
So,
I think at that point, the guests could just come in and like, because you were busy, you do your thing
Yeah.
sometimes. We set such a precedent for what we do that a guest can just come in and feel comfortable.
yes.
And I could see that when she just pulled up.
Yes. So I like that of like the house wasn't burning when I was gone.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
a guest comes in, everything is fine. This is another moment that I wasn't there for, but Ralph going on Keep It Cento and saying he doesn't know what a love language is.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
no,
when I
that-
interviewed them.
Yeah.
They came on his show.
Yeah, they came on my
Okay,
thing.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I was like, yeah, tell me about a love language. And they got excited, man.
Yeah, that Ralph has never lied more on camera than that episode.
I knew exactly what love languages were.
So I love that episode. I remember watching that and being like, he's getting this off. Like, he's really doing it. So I thought it was interesting. The different iterations of this set. I was going back and thinking about us having, the 2 tables at the old studio.
Yeah.
No table here, just the chairs. Then coming into this set.
Even at Kyle's studio when we were like
yes.
doing the high chair couch combination.
Oh my God, that was a crazy combination.
Yeah.
I seen a few pics from there. I was like, what? He's sitting so high and he's sitting so low.
Yeah.
Yeah, but just seeing like the different iterations of the set, it's like you can visually see the pod growing,
Mhm.
but just thinking back to like us trying to figure it out and us having different mindsets of, does this work? How does this look? And in reality, other than the high chair, low chair thing, most of them were fine.
Yeah, I think all of
Yeah,
them
they were all
worked.
fine.
Yeah.
But I think this is still the best one. And I'm happy that I'm happy to look back and think that, I don't wish we were doing one of the other ones.
Yeah, I like
think,
this one
I think
the
we
most.
found, kind of where we're supposed to be. All the different hats that Ralph has worn.
Oh man, I'm a hat guy for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. Have you done an episode without a hat on?
No, when we do the new iteration, I will.
Okay, so
Deal?
we're gonna see Ralph's actual head top in the new iteration of the other podcast. For all the fans wondering what it actually looks like, you got to stay tuned, stay subscribed.
Stay subscribed.
Next episode,
100
okay?
likes.
100 likes. He'll show his hairline, and then the blind date. That was
Oh yeah, Adriel was a little hesitant at first, but he we got him to do it.
That was
Yeah.
a good one.
We got him to do it. Shout out to Alicia. She was hesitant.
Mm.
She didn't know what the fuck she was walking into.
and I think it was funny watching it back now because she did not mess with me. So it made it more funny because I can't see her.
Mhm.
She can see me and doesn't like what she sees. That just made it so funny to me, but it was still fun. I feel like I roll with the punches. Trying to keep a conversation going when you can't see someone, you don't know how it's going.
Yeah.
Very interesting, but again, we try things on this podcast. I think it worked out well.
Oh, it was pretty good. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Next,
Definitely do it again.
next
Wait,
Valentine's
hold
Day.
on. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Next Valentine's Day, you down?
Yeah, I'll do it again.
Because the rest of us might get in trouble.
Yeah.
I mean, I would do it, but you guys think I'm gonna get in trouble, so I'm gonna leave it alone.
No, I'll do it. I'll take one for the team.
All right,
I'll
so
take one for
let's-
the team.
I got somebody in mind already.
Okay.
Might do a round robin.
Wow. Just get someone who likes me this time. That's all I suggest.
We'll get Bridget to screen them.
Amazing. Having Claremont on, I think that's probably our biggest musical guest.
Yeah,
I remember you asking me for this first podcast. That always cracks me up when you said that.
I always ask that.
But that was good having him on. Cool that he came in with, and like, I think the timing that he came on because he dropped his album after that a little bit, and maybe his biggest album to date. So big shout out to Claremont, and then Witness. We shouted her out already, but
Yo, Witness has done a lot for the pod. So if you're listening to this or I make this a clip or something, Witness, shout outs to you. You came to a full episode to cover Adriel.
yeah,
You were the very first performer on our show. You had no idea what our live shows would look like, and you did it. You did our intro at the very beginning.
yeah.
I think she was a guest in one of our episodes
Yeah,
too. Like,
yeah.
yeah, shout outs to Witness.
No, Witness. I actually apologize for saying Pat's my favorite. That's disrespectful because Witness was also one of the first performers in Soul Series as well. So
Yes.
big shout
Yes,
out
yes,
to
yes.
Witness. Friend of all the programs. And then this is a more wholesome one, but the first community shoe drive in 2021.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a good one. I thought that was a big moment for us. I feel like, that's something you really take pride in, of like giving back to the community and leading those. And I feel like we don't talk about them as much on the pod. It's a lot of jokes and
yeah.
funnies, but that's something I think that's important to the program as a whole. So,
And we got a new one coming up end of this year. You guys
Yeah.
look out for that.
and then I have 3 of my favorite takes that I just wanted to give myself some credit. Okay, pat myself on the back.
Let's
Okay,
do it.
before I do that, send us your questions, themirrormedia@gmail.com. Subscribe to us, leave us a rating. But I have 3 favorite takes. 1, everything I said about Joel Embiid, I feel completely vindicated.
Absolutely right.
Yeah, everything I said about him, completely valid. Secondly, Diddy. You guys were here when I was saying Diddy is going to get locked up and everything. well before all this happened.
Yeah.
So
We had a whole Diddy episode, I think, way before the trial even started.
yep. So I feel vindicated. I remember when we had Afros on, we had a Diddy conversation off
Yes.
Mike, and from then I was like, guys, he is the worst.
Talking about Diddy around Christmas is crazy.
Yeah, not Christmas spirit for sure. And then last but not least, this is probably our biggest claim to fame as a podcast is Glorilla. We were right about Glorilla. I remember when we did that video review and we were kind of like, this actually slaps.
Yeah, for FNF. Yeah.
At first we were kind of like, what is this? I remember you suggested it and I was kind of like, you sure you want to do this? And then we watched it, listened to it. And
she's a star.
Yeah, she's legitimately a star now. And I think after that video, we were kind of like somewhat in jest, but somewhat serious, saying we're the unofficial Glorilla podcast. Anytime her name would come up, we would shout her out. And then to see what she's become, I don't want to take all the credit, but
no, we did that. We did that. Shout out to Glorilla.
Yeah, 3 for 3 on those takes.
Yeah, those some good ones, man.
Yep.
Some really, really good ones. Chris, any takes that you want to walk away from?
Personal takes?
Yeah.
Everything I said, I meant.
You put your foot down on it.
I stand on it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I probably say some stupid shit sometimes, but that's half the fun.
Yeah, 100%. We're human.
10 toes. Okay, so I think it's time to give my final rant of this whole entire era of podcasting.
You've given some good rants since we've started.
Yeah, I talked about Joel Embiid.
Yeah, mostly Joel Embiid.
Joel Embiid has caught in a lot of flack from me, but this one is a positive one. Okay, because we're showing love to the Toronto Raptors. Now, all you pundits, writers, broadcasters, podcasters, journalists who are taking the under on the Toronto Raptors, you are extremely wrong. Okay, this is a playoff team. Okay, not play-in team, playoff team. We have 2 former All-Stars on this team. Okay, we have a bunch of guys not even in their prime yet, like RJ Barrett, Emmanuel Quickley, Scotty Barnes. But this team is going to be a team that plays defense. And we know how far defense takes you in the NBA. So the Toronto Raptors, most underrated team in the NBA. And I think what's going to happen is once we get to the middle of the season, 3-4 months from now, everyone's going to be talking about how talented this team is, how deep this team is, how hard this team plays. Those things are true now. Toronto Raptors in the playoffs, not the play-in.
Just looked at the sports book. Mm-hmm. They got us at 39.5 wins. Adriel, beginning of the season, are you going over or under 39.5 wins?
Over. We're going over. Lock it in. Lock it in.
Lock it in.
Put your money where your mouth is, boys. I'll put the bet in right now.
Yeah.
Let's go.
That's an automatic over for me. I think this team is being talked about like they are the New Orleans Pelicans. I literally love this team, and I believe in the coach. From being a hooper myself, when a team plays for a coach, a team is usually going to do well.
He's starting to get his bearings. He's in his third year as a head coach.
Yeah, so I think this team is going to do very well. I think this team's going to do a lot better than a lot of people think, like Miami, Milwaukee, Indiana.
I agree.
I think they're going to be ahead of those teams. Even Detroit, I would put them toe-to-toe with Detroit.
I think that's a fair comparison. I think us and Detroit are on par.
Yeah, so to me, this is the most underrated team in the NBA right now. Playoff team, not a championship team, not yet, but a perennial playoff team starting in 2025, 2026.
Yeah, 100%.
I think we got it. This is like a victory lap episode. Like, we're talking about how great we are. Now, we weren't always this great.
No, definitely not.
We went back to times we weren't. But we put the audience onto so many things the past episodes. Okay. I feel like, especially music. Okay. Listen to this podcast, your music game, repertoire, catalog has gone up immensely. We can't argue that. But what about the shows and movies that you guys put people onto? Ralph, you're the movie guy out of all of us.
Yeah.
Any movies or shows you want to take a lot of credit for putting the audience onto?
I think I was big on Severance before it really took off and blew up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not to mention all of these animes, every single episode in and
Yeah.
out that I keep trying to put you guys on.
Invincible, you gotta take your credit.
Invincible, I put, yeah, for
No,
sure.
I think you watched like 2 episodes and came in here and was like, this is amazing.
Yeah, Invincible's
And
hard.
Invincible's gotten a lot of accolades since. I want to give you
100%.
your credit for Arcane as well.
Oh, yeah. Big on Arcane. Oh, man.
Yeah.
I'm feeling good right now. This is my segment.
Yeah. So because I think the shows that you say are like the best shows, the critics agree with you. So you got to get your credit in that way where it's not like low key
Oh,
or,
appreciate
you know,
that.
you come on here, you just watch it and you go, I watched it. It's good. Listen to me.
And I'm not right all the time.
Well, tell us when you're wrong.
What's a show that was bad that I came in here and hyped up? I don't know. Sometimes it's everybody's taste. I don't know. Because maybe there's a
fair.
show that I like and maybe Chris watches it and he's like, I'm not feeling it. You know, or you watch it and you're like, I'm not feeling it. I
I
can't
think there was one
be
that
against that.
there was one that we just that Chris didn't like.
I think Chris didn't like Severance.
I didn't like. Yeah, Severance.
He wasn't a
is one
fan of
them, but-
Severance. Yeah.
Yeah. Chris, anything that you put people onto that you're like, this is something you want to take some credit for?
I mean, besides the Leafs and the Cowboys,
Okay, Crip.
no, man, honestly, I can't. Nothing comes to my mind that I can think of that I put anyone on to. To be honest, I don't know. Maybe some like obscure, like Latin music or something.
You've had some interesting non-rap suggestions.
yeah. I would say,
I'd say you'd had the
Music,
most
for sure.
obscure ones for sure.
yeah.
I would say that show that we watched together, I don't know who brought it up, but that would be one, Ordinary People.
Yeah, that was different. Yeah.
Yeah.
On Prime.
It actually ended up being good, but I think that was one like we put our audience onto
Mhm.
if they hadn't seen that one already. And then I would say like, this is not putting anyone onto it because everyone knows this show, but The Sopranos.
Mm.
I was all
Yeah.
Sopranos talking
You
we
guys
had
went
on this
some
show.
deep
Like,
dives for sure.
you know, someone definitely was like, okay. And then we got to go back to the argument you and Amari had, Power. Like,
Oh, man.
if that didn't inspire you to watch Power, like, I don't know what will.
Yeah,
Like,
we were going back and forth on that
two
one.
men arguing about how good of a dad somebody is. Like, what
Two
more could you
black
ask
men
for?
arguing about how good a black dad is. Yeah, I love that.
What
That's
more
what we should be arguing about.
Right.
This guy's a great father.
Yeah, that's kind of wholesome.
Put my stamp on that.
Yeah, no, that's a great one right there. Yeah, in the comments, let us know any shows that we put you guys onto that we're just forgetting right now that you watch this podcast, you watch the show, and you heard about from us.
And we have a ton of background on just talking about Creator Showcase. Like,
Mhm.
we've had so many Creator Showcase in the past, bigging up businesses around the city, and we're going to continue to do that in the next iteration of the pod.
Yeah,
So if you guys know some businesses that need a little extra light on them, a little extra push at no cost, please send them to us. We would love to either chat with them or just big them up, because that's what we do. We big people up.
yeah. This is it's been such a good episode. I've really enjoyed taking this trip down memory lane. It feels better to actually give ourselves all this credit. There's obviously been some rough times. You know, I've had some blunders myself, but I love giving ourselves all of this great credit. I think we got to end on a bang with you and your amazing animation suggestion.
Yes.
You haven't missed yet, and I think you can continue that streak today.
All right. Well, I always try to go for something a little more obscure that the average anime fan does not watch. So on this episode, our final full episode, I'm going to go with Dragon Ball Z.
Wow.
Yeah. If
Wow.
you guys haven't heard of Dragon Ball Z, it's an anime.
Obscure.
Yeah, there's a guy named Goku. He fights. There's Frieza, Vegeta. Chris, you know a little Dragon Ball Z.
Never heard of it.
Oh, shit. See how obscure it is? No, in all seriousness, Netflix keeps dropping bangers. You guys probably heard of the video game Splinter Cell. There's been a video game series for a long time. A lot of Tom Clancy books. If you guys know how to read, there's a
Yeah.
lot of books on Splinter Cell. They dropped a anime called Deathwatch. 8 episodes, I believe it was. Went by pretty smooth. Every episode kind of flowed into the other one. Fight scenes were dope. Very realistic. Just good vibes. Good vibes. Netflix is doing their thing with the animation. Please get a Netflix subscription. This is not an ad. If you really like anime, that and Crunchyroll, I think that's a dope combination.
Yeah, can't go wrong with any of those. Again, send us your questions. themayormedia@gmail.com. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Leave us a rating on all your podcast platforms. I want to start first for non-rap suggestion of the week because I have one that is, I don't want to say time sensitive because this person is an absolute legend absolute GOAT and will never go out of style.
Mm-hmm.
But for all my Torontonians, we're having a spiritual experience coming up very soon. My song is Come Breed Me by Vibes Cartel. Obviously an absolute legendary track. But this is one of the songs I'm excited to hear at the concert with 30,000 fans screaming it.
A lot of people live by the songs that they listen to. Do you live by this song?
Absolutely not.
Interesting.
Absolutely not. Now, if you're talking about some gospel, I'll live by those records for sure.
Fair enough.
But this is just entertainment, as the kids would say.
Okay.
So my non-rap suggestion for the week, Vibes Cartel, Come Breed Me.
Nice. I like that.
Of course you do.
Dodge a lot of bullets, man.
Allegedly.
Yeah,
Allegedly.
you think I'm Neo from the Matrix.
Oh.
All right, this guy said, we're so close to getting canceled. My non-rap suggestion, my final non-rap suggestion,
Mm-hmm.
one of my favorite songs. Sometimes I listen to Japanese 80s pop. I don't know if anybody's listened to Japanese 80s pop. It has a interesting vibe to it. A lot of the older animes that I kind of grew up on, they play a lot of these songs, and it kind of got me into that vibe. One of the biggest Japanese 80s pop songs is from an artist called Junko Yagami. The song is called Bay City. Picture Sade and Michael Jackson had a baby that was born and raised in Japan. That's what this song sounds like. It's one of my favorite tracks. Bay City by Junko Yagami. You guys, please listen to that. That's my last non-rap suggestion. Chris, please go before I cry again.
My last non-rap suggestion is we're going back in the day. We're going Elmore James, Dust My Broom. It's been, I've been playlisting lately, and I got a nice little playlist I put together. Blues Knees Slappers is what I'm calling it.
Wow.
And that's what starts off the playlist. It's a nice, it's a great, it's the kind of song that you can start your day with and then also end your day with. Good Saturday morning, you're getting up, throw it on. You're having a few drinks in the garage late at night, throw it on. You're going to have some different feelings. So I'm going with.
Okay, that's dope. We talked about Obscure. He's slapping his knee.
Yeah, those three together as our final non-rap suggestions is actually fitting.
Completely different.
Like, yeah,
what a mix.
100% fitting. I'm excited for this new chapter. I feel like we ended this chapter the right way. I'm very excited for what we have coming next. I think seeing the growth from episode 1 to episode 80, we're headed in the right direction. Like, thinking about where we started to where we're at now.
Yeah.
We got to be proud of ourselves. I want to thank everyone for being with us on this whole journey. If it's your first episode listening to us, or you're here from episode 1, we love you all the same. So we appreciate you guys actually being with us this entire time. Just stay tuned. Okay? If you're not subscribed on YouTube, go ahead and do that. We're going to be big on YouTube in the next coming weeks, months, and years. So subscribe to us on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. We have the leader in the clubhouse for social media king right here. So please make sure you subscribe to us there, follow us there. But it's been a great run.
Amazing journey.
This is not goodbye.
Nope.
This is see you later.
Wow, that's sweet.
And until next time, remember, hot people drink water.